Hey, my pals, Mike the Cat Gardener, and today is a kind of a fun video. It's summertime, and by now I typically have a ton of zinnias growing outside, but because of the weird summer we've had, I've only seen a couple, and I really love zinnias. And they're a weird, kind of wonderful uh, plant to grow, and so I decided I'm going to start a bunch inside to take outside. And I kind of wanted to tackle them because they're weird. They're weird and they're cool. So I will be back in a second. All right, so these are dried up marigold. Dried up zinnias. Sorry, that I had from last summer, and I started a bunch inside. And you can see they're kind of a weird plant in that they have an odd life cycle. Typically, the seeds will grow from like seed pods or the middle of the plant, where with zinnias, they are actually the petal. I will show that in 1 second. Because it's so dry, a lot of these petals fell off into the bag. But if you look, so I'm going to set this right here. If you look, this is how the flower petal looks. And if you gently tug it, that little spade bit there, that is the seed. Not the petal part, but the little spade bit on the tip here. And so what you would do is, in order to get it to grow, is you can break everything off except for that little spade bit. And what it does is, if the plant falls, it just lands on the ground. Get rid of this thing. It lands on the ground, and sometimes little spear will spike in, into the ground, but sometimes it'll just lay there. And as long as it gets some moisture, it'll start growing. And the weird part is that you can kind of see it here. See, it splits the spade bit in two. I can kind of help it. I'll pull this off later. But it splits the spade in two, and each half of the spade has a bit of the leaf. And then so eventually this will fall off. The leaf will flatten out. Let me see if I can show that. All right, so there's the seed that I was showing that had that's what the petal attaches to. This is the one that was spent, that broke open, and that was covering this right here. And so this will eventually leaf out, and then there you have your zinnia plant. And see, it's doing the same thing here. These eventually go too much. Oh, see, it falls off and leaves you the zinnia plant, which is really cool. So I'm starting a bunch inside here. I'm going to take them outside. Awesome.